You know how I figure? Two people get married and are going to live together 40, 50 years, so it's got to be more than whether they're just good looking or not. Now, you tell me you think you're not so good looking. Well, my father was a real ugly man, but my mother adored him.
Hey folks, it's the Blind Guy here, coming back at you with a good old movie recommendation, and boy do I have a good one for you guys this time. This is 1955's Marty. Yep, that's all it's called, is Marty. And I got this confused with an Alfred Hitchcock movie, so I started watching it not even knowing what it was. Fell in love with this movie. Marty won the Best Picture for 1955, and if I told you the synopsis, I guarantee you would not believe me. But here we go. Let's try. Marty is a romantic comedy starring Ernest Borgnine. There. That's what Marty's about. And it is absolutely delightful. I love this movie. The movie takes place over the course of about 24 hours in the life of Marty, who is a butcher, played by Ernest Borgnine, who has had trouble finding a wife because he's overweight and he's ugly. And the movie will straight up tell you that. And that's the premise of the movie. And he has a heart of gold, and he is one of the most believable characters I've ever seen in a movie. I absolutely love this movie. What he does is he goes to a dance, and there is a woman there who's also not super attractive. She looks a little bit older for her actual age. And she also has a heart of gold, and they hit it off. And then Marty has to work through the fact that she's not Italian, and the rest of his family does not like her because of that. And his friends don't seem to like her, and he has to just deal with that. And he has to figure out what he's going to do with, is he going to do the right thing, or is he going to give in to the pressure of his friends and family? And the movie is so well acted and so well scripted. It is a must see if you like anything remotely close to this type of movie. It is that good. There are several scenes where Ernest Borgnine plays the scene so well and talks about how he's been heartbroken so much over his life, and how he gets ready to go to dances just to know that he's going to end up with a broken heart that just tug at your heartstrings. And they're not done in like a cheesy way. A lot of movies can overplay that, and it comes across as unbelievable. But this is one of the most believable movies I think I've ever seen. It feels like it's so much ahead of its time for being a movie from the 50s, where a lot of movies in the 50s were rather cheesy. It's like the 40s had hit the darker tone and everything, and then by the 50s, they started laying on the cheese pretty thick. But this one does not do it. It's got some really funny dialogue, especially with Marty's mom and his aunt and his brother and his sister-in-law. It's just so well done, so well made. There's a shot where he's on the phone that's just a heart-wrenching scene, and we get a very subtle, slow pan in on him, and it just is so effective. Check this one out, definitely. If you want to help support the channel, you can get to it through the link in the description below. That does help the channel. If you just open up Amazon using that link and buy anything for yourself, it doesn't cost you anything extra, but that also helps support the channel. If you would like to support an upcoming video, contact me using the email in the description below, and we'll make it happen. We do have a sponsored video coming up, so that's very exciting. And you can pick the video, you can pick whatever you want me to say as a shout out to you, and we'll just make it happen. So, yes, Marty, 1955. Check it out. Good old movie. And I'll see you on the next episode of A Blind Guy's View. Laters on the Menjay.
Laters on the Menjay.